Hello everyone, Denise here. Today I'm going to check out this crochet hook set my husband purchased for me for my birthday. Thank you, love. This is a set he found on the internet. It was deemed made by crocheters, for crocheters. This is something I haven't seen before. It's an interchangeable set. However, the handle looked amazing. I've never seen this before, and it's funny because it popped up on his phone and not my phone. So I'm gonna open it up. It came wrapped in plastic, and I took the plastic off for ease, but it comes in this really cute case that is vinyl, I do believe. A zipper. See that handle? And then we have the crochet hooks. So they are all plastic. So if you don't like plastic hooks, I will be extra mindful of if they are different, worse, better than others I have used. That handle is amazing. Amazing. And I like the wrench because on most of these they have individual wrenches. This one has one and it is double-ended, so that's cool. So this lights up as well, so I will have to plug it in and show you the different settings on this. But this handle is why I was really excited, because if you have watched any of my older videos, you know some of the handles they make for these are not comfortable, but this bad boy looks great. And it has the stitch row counter on here. So this is stitch and this is row. So if you can see those zeros, the left is stitches, the rows are on the right. However, check this out. This is different from any other one that I own. This is for the light. So I'm going to turn my lights on so you can look at it, but this is for the stitches. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So you can actually do your counting of your stitches and then punch it every time. How easy is that? Oh my word, I love that. Okay, so let me turn the light down. Okay, we have the above light and that is it. So let's start it with the lowest. Well, that's pretty bright. Okay, so that was the highest. So high, low, off. Let's put a hook head in it and see how bright it is then. So this is the typical kind that I have on my other sets, and it is, you twist it on and the tool helps you to get it on correctly. You put it in. Obviously the light's not on, but you put it in its spot and then you turn it. I just hit the stitch. I'll hold that in for a couple of seconds to get that to go to 0. Get it locked in. Beautiful. The hook head is very nice and smooth, so let's look at the lighting now. High, low. I always like low. It doesn't even matter how dark of yarn I'm using. The light is always too bright on high, I think, for me, for my eyes. So I always use low when I'm using them. It lights up the whole hook. So that is very nice compared to other ones that I have with the metal heads. It just comes up from the bottom here. You don't get the whole lighting on the hook. So I do like that. So I'm going to shut that off. I'm going to turn my lights back on. So with other sets, I have talked about this. There's a divot here where you tighten it on the hook handle. That could bother some people. I have found when I'm crocheting with them, I adjust. I just adjust and I stop pulling the yarn down so far. I'm going to be holding the hook about here. So I will already be adjusted to not go down as far as, say, like a furls hook or any of the other ones that have continuous flow on their style, like my Omi hook, divot shelp and all them. That will stop you. So if you prefer this kind of hook, you'll have to adjust for that. Okay, So these feel like rubber or silicone here, and this is plastic. Even though it has a beautiful wood look, it is still plastic. There's the brand name on there as well. I think that stitch counter is going to be very good. And you could use that for rows as well. Like if you don't want to count every stitch and I just want to count rows, I can hit that after a row. I think that's genius. So to reset them, once you have the rows on them, you just hold that button down and it will count back. Easy peasy. And then obviously it's already charged, so I don't have to plug it in, but that's the charging cable, and I will go through all the sizes with you. The instruction sheet here says 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. A great range of sizes there. 17 interchangeable heads. It says they're individually marked. Must be on the lip of them. Yes. Right there. Boy, my hands are dry. All right, let's check their sizes. See how accurate they are. As I check the sizes, I will check the smoothness. I'm using this. I got this from Hobby Lobby a couple years back. I don't think they have them anymore. I do believe they have B ones and different ones, but I do not think they have this one anymore. I don't have a 13 and a 14 on this gauge. So what am I using right now? I don't even know. I didn't even look. I just grabbed one. I'm using a 12. 12 is right here. Does not fit in 10. This one is an 11. There is not an 11 on this gauge. This one is a 10. It's in 10, does not fit in 9. 9. Does not fit in 8. They do have a seam running down the front, across the front, and down the back. I have never had a problem. Obviously, when I'm working with them, I will check to see if that is an issue for me. But typically, I do not have a problem with seams on these. This is an 8. It's tight. It does fit in 7.5. Just barely, though. This is a 7. Does not fit in 6.5. Six and a half. Does not fit in 6. 6. Oh, see, again, it's really tight. If I press it, will go in. So it's closer to the 6. 5.5. 5. I love the hook head style on these. 4.5. Does not fit in 4. That one feels a little catchy, so I'll have to check that one out. 4.5, remind me. It's the only one that felt a little catchy thus far on the lip of it. And we got the bigger ones. Oh, these are smaller as well. 3.5. That one feels a bit sharp too. 3. It's as small as this goes. And a 2.5. Okay, so the catchy ones were this one is a bit catchy. I didn't get to check it on a smaller one, so that's a 3. Doesn't fit in smaller ones. Okay, let me find another gauge or my calipers. Okay, the other two check out. I'm going to keep these two out to make sure that their sharpness or whatever isn't an issue while crocheting. And now I'm going to measure the handle because I didn't do that. Get our handy dandy Hello Kitty out. This is handle by itself. Measures around 13 centimeters, 5 inches. Hook head will depend on the size. Smaller sizes are going to be smaller. But about 2 1/4 inches or so on the largest. And the smallest being 2 inches. Okay, so what I plan on doing is going shopping for yarn. Why not, right? I need to purchase some yarn. I'm going to make some amigurumi for our granddaughter. She's watching a show that has been discontinued and they no longer have the toys for a reasonable price. So I'm going to make her some and I'm going to freehand them. There's 1 to 2 patterns I have found on the internet that are not what I want. I'm just going to freehand them for her. I don't plan on selling any. I don't plan on making them for anyone else except her. So I just want to make her some because I think it's redonkulous to spend like $60 on a stuffed animal just because they don't sell it in the store anymore. So I'm just going to make her some, and I need yarn so that they look like the people. So I'm probably going to Hobby Lobby, even though the yarn is not on sale. I personally got paid today, so I'm gonna spend some of that money to get yarn to, I'll probably review it on the channel because I usually don't buy chenille yarn in those, so I will purchase some, review it on the channel, and then that can be something I share with you as well. But I need yarn to review these hooks too, because it was suggested to me by somebody, and I can't remember their name, to try out different yarns with hooks. And I'm trying to do that. I'm trying. I don't always have the time to do that, but I am trying. When I do have the time, most of the stuff that I'm going to make for her will probably be acrylic and or polyester. So I'll have those two with these hooks. And now I know a lot of you do not like plastic hooks with acrylic and polyester. I will let you know if that's a problem for me. So I will be back in a while. I might share my journey with you on making the items, or that might be a separate video. But I'll definitely come back with stuff about these hooks because that's what this video is about. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so trying the hook out with, this is wool, 100% superwash merino wool. I used polyester yarn on this, which I am not done yet because I have a million things that I'm doing. But if you know who this is, that's who I'm making. I'm making all the characters, but that's what I have been using the hook for. That is Cozy Occasion Yarn by Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby. I used mustard and then like a pumpkin color on him so far. That's all polyester. This is True Boo. The other thing I made was some, maybe I have them here. The flowers that you see in front of you. Oh, you don't see them in front of you. Those flowers on the left. That pattern is from Crochet Nation. And I loved it. I think it's super fun. It's a great take-along project. So I whipped some up while I was trying out hooks and whatnot. And then I thought I really, really want a color for each one of my grandchildren's birthstones. So I did just that. And now I'm currently working on the leaves. So I do believe I have all of the tops done. Let me check my bag because I could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong. The leaves I'm making in this crazy green. But it's nice. Crazy but nice. So I have done the red, which is garnet. I've done the purple, which is amethyst. I have done the green, which is maize birthstone emerald. I have done turquoise, which is for December. Well, I'm not seeing the blue. Oh wait, I lied. I found it. You can't even see them. Here I am talking about all this stuff and you're like, whatever. Those. So those are just like these, but they're the darker colors for the birthstones for our grandchildren. And then I'm going to make the stems and the leaves to be this green color, which you did not see, I don't think. I think that's going to be gorgeous. They're probably going to go up here on my desk and or, I don't know, maybe the other side of my desk in the background. You may or may not see them on video, but I like the pattern. I think it's fun to work up. And I bought some wire. I bought some floral wire from Walmart. And I was using that. But then I also have jewelry wire. So some of the leaves are bendable. You can bend them. So I thought that was kind of fun. And I have several of those. I think that's all I have to make are the leaves now for them, which is, again, Temu yarn. I'll link my shop below, my storefront below, so that you can check that out if you want. If you have never purchased any of the yarn that I have recommended from Temu, you should. This stuff is like some of my favorite yarn, and I reach for it more often than anything else these days. I'm trying to clean up my bag a little bit here. So I have not worked with cotton with these hooks. Honestly, I don't think I'll have a problem with cotton. I mean, I can work up a couple of rows, but I used the True Boo, which is 100% rayon from Bamboo. It's an older one. I've had True Boo in my stash for, I want to say like 10 years. I don't know. But this one was a project, and you can tell because it's all, and I must have ripped it out. Anyway, I didn't get far on the True Boo. I did not like these hooks with the True Boo. They were very catchy. But True Boo does that anyway, no matter what hook. So I didn't do a very big swatch. I wouldn't reach for these hooks with True Boo or rayon. I just wouldn't. I think I would just go to my other hooks, my Clover Amours, because that's what I think works best with it. But I mean, we all have our opinions. But for me, that's what works best with the bamboo and the lyocell and all that. The more splitty yarns is what I use that for. But the two hooks that I thought were a problem for catching, this one is the one I have on here. And it does a smidge. Now I was doing it with True Boo, so it was probably going to do it anyway, but the other one I filed down with my nail file a bit. And you can kind of tell. It's a little like not clear where I filed it. It was pretty catchy. The 4.5, I think it is. Yeah, 4.5. So I kind of solved that problem. This one was less bad than the 4.5. Honestly, I think this one will be perfectly fine with any other yarn other than the bamboo. So I'll work up just a little bit of cotton while I talk to you about the hooks. I like them a lot. The stitch counter could be annoying for some of you. I have on several occasions tacked on stitches or whatever, just crocheting. I wasn't keeping track of stitches, but having it be on the back of the handle makes it easier for me to punch the numbers in. So I was going to, and I'm sure it will work, I was going to turn the, I'm trying to untangle yarn. I was going to turn the hook head. And I'll just take this one off because it's too small anyway. Turn it around and see if this button can be on the front instead of the back. And see if that makes a difference. I actually don't know what size to do for the cotton, so I will just do 4mm. Yep, it works this way. So you can have the counter on the front instead of the back. And I think that will help me not to press it so much. I'm gonna work some of this up. This is Friends Cotton from Hobbii in like their medium green color. Really good yarn, by the way. Hobbii's pretty cool with their live shopping. If you're not familiar with the yarn, watch their live shopping. It's usually on Tuesday morning, and they show you the yarns up close, like woo, so you can see it. You can see the color on their screen. They talk about it. They show patterns that go with it. Highly recommend their live shopping. Obviously, if you know Hobbii, you know that they do bingo. See, I am crocheting, so I'm just going to hold down here so I'm not feeling like I'm running a marathon with my yarn. Oh yeah, it works great with cotton. Zero problems. I love this cotton too, though. Very good cotton. I think this cotton would be good for wearable. I don't think I ever reviewed this cotton, but 10 out of 10 for Hobbii's Friends Cotton. Yeah, it works great. It works great with a hook. So the hook will give you a little bit of sound. It's plastic, guys. It's gonna make a little noise. If you are sensitive to noise, don't recommend. But generally, I have things going in the house, whether it's a fan or the television or my humans. Something's always going in the house. So I typically don't have a problem with hook sounds ever. Never have, probably never will. I hope my house is never that quiet that I hear it. If my hook is that loud, something is a problem, and I probably will never use that hook again, because it would have to be louder than whatever else is going on in my house. I did ask my husband to contact the company about the hooks, because I don't know if you noticed, but when I was switching, you can tell it right here. When I'm switching the hooks, this bothered me a lot, and on the bigger hooks, it opens even wider. I feel like that is a defect in the manufacturing, or it wasn't glued properly or something. I found it to be a little scary, and I didn't like it. So I asked him to contact them and talk to them about it because he paid a good chunk of money for these guys. And I didn't think that it was, maybe, I don't know, it could be a detriment. Like, I don't know if it's gonna pop, and you've got to make sure that it's tight, right? So anyway, he contacted them, he emailed them, reached out to them. I didn't even say anything about the 2 hooks that were a little rough. I didn't say a word about them. You know, obviously I can fix that on my own. And so I think he emailed them pretty late in the night, 8, 9 o'clock, I don't know. He said that night they emailed him. And they said, no problem, we will send you a set in replacement for the hook set that you have. So great customer service. I have the new set in my possession. It does not do that. It does not. So it must have just been one of those things where one slipped by, you know, and I didn't want him to waste his money, so I had him reach out, and I'm glad that they responded so positively and quickly. Highly recommend them. Great customer service. I really, really like the hooks. I've been using them on the go for the last, 3 weeks, I think it's been, since I've got these hooks and have been using them. I've been trying to take my time on hook reviews so that I can get a wide range of yarns used. So it worked great with every yarn. Polyester was a little draggy, okay? Acrylic was smooth, cotton was smooth, wool was smooth. True don't recommend bamboo with these hooks just because of the split factor. For me, anyway. I think they're excellent. I think they were a great gift. I really have enjoyed them. I like the stitch marker counter being back here on the back. Obviously you can switch it to the front like I did. I like that they light up. I use them at night when we're watching TV. I love the shape of the handle, and I don't remember if I put the width of the handle, so I will do that. So well over a 1/2 inch, going towards the inch side of things at the top. And then the center here, get it on ridges. I don't know if I can. Nope, inside the ridges, a little less than the top up there, but the ridges are even with that. So a good size. I really enjoy the bottom being grippy as well. That helps it stay stable in your hand. It's a really good hook. I really like it, and I love the fact that he knew that I did not have this style. And I didn't even think he paid attention that much to what I do and what I'm using. So aces to the hubby to pay attention that much. I really like the set a lot. Customer service was great, like I said. I don't have a problem with the set. I think every crochet hook has its use. Even if you don't use that crochet hook for every type of yarn, every hook has a use. I have many different hooks around for different uses, and I'm really happy I do, because a lot of times if I have to switch my hook, I'm like, well, I need one like this. I go search, I find it, I'm good. So I think this is a great addition to your tool arsenal for your makes. I think it's wonderful to take along, and at night it will definitely go with me when I travel at the end of the month. And yeah, I can't recommend it enough. I didn't buy it. My husband bought it for me, but treat yourself. Put it on your Amazon list for someone to purchase for you. I'll put a affiliate link for it below. I'm not affiliated with this company, but I am in it. Amazon affiliate. So I'll put that link below for you. Check them out. See what you think about them if you get them. If you do get them, comment below and let me know how you like them. I guess I will give them, what would I give them? I mean, I don't have a problem with them. The customer service solved the issue with the hook handle. I mean, I would have to give them a 10 out of 10. Obviously, like I said, they're not going to be perfect for every project, but they are perfect. So 10 out of 10. Good job, husband. I appreciate it. Thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate all of you as well. Take care. Until next time, guys. Bye.